Hey, what's up guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And today I'm gonna be featuring the newest British aircraft carrier, which is a Tier 8 premium Thesis. I don't know if I have pronunciated correctly, but it is a carrier that I think they have released after Colossus. I mean, there are not a whole lot of carriers that Wargaming has added in World of Warships, but this is certainly a bit of a refresh to a playstyle sort of Indomitable. Notice that you do have 3 bombs, okay? And you can see here the speed that it can get around the attack is 250 knots. That's slightly higher than 234 knots. It's a bit more than that. I mean, these are my first impressions. So if you do like the video, by the way, guys, definitely subscribe to this channel. I make a lot of World of Warship videos. I think Thesis, I will definitely going to make a full review of that, what this ship is about, but these are my first impressions, so maybe my gameplay is not going to be perfect, but this will allow you to give you some examples that what this ship is really about. So I use the skip bombers. Skip bombers are really fast, and these are not like very light, HP like Maximilman. They have a lot much more tankier, like they have 2800 HP, which is definitely a lot higher than Maximilman's. And this is a Tier 8 carrier that we are talking about. So definitely the HP is a lot higher. There's something that I also want to talk about is these torpedo bombers. Now torpedo bombers, they have gotten nerfed. I mean, the HE bombs also got nerfed, but you can see here one thing that I want to talk about is this. During the attack run, you can turn and maneuver, and you will not going to lose aim once your cone is narrowed down, okay? And obviously, you do also have heal. And you also do have the same sort of speed like skip bombers, which means that, well, you can be pretty decent against battleships, but still, your torpedo damage is not impressive. It's only 3600. Again, I will explain a lot much more in review, so keep that in mind. But you can see here, the torpedo damage is pretty pitiful, I would say. It's really not that good. I mean, torpedo bombers, I find them to be pretty lacking in general. I don't know why. I've played them and I tested them. They're not really going good for me. And unfortunately, a Wisconsin given a massive salvo on my carrier because it's a Tier 10 matchmaking, and the random spotting of Shokaku, which is an opponent in this game, a Tier 8 carrier, obviously causing issues. But now you can see here, the speed you can see here that you can get is 251, 252 knots. So you just basically go drop the Wisconsin as fast as possible, and you get fired. Like the fire chance of these skip bombers is also like 66%, so it's pretty insane. There's no doubt about that. Like, it's really powerful. Notice that I'm starting to manually turning my Thesis because I had a fear that Wisconsin, the same Wisconsin that shot the guns at me, he will shot the guns again. And this is something that I fear, and I think this is something that you should do. I just trying to speed juke the Wisconsin shells. You can see here, he shot the guns again, and Wisconsin guns are pretty accurate, obviously. I have posted multiple videos on Wisconsin that how powerful Wisconsin really is, so I just speed juked this Wisconsin. And now I'm coming back to drop this guy again. So Thesis, it only have skip bombers. You do only have two attack runs, okay? The fighter consumable is basically pretty much standard. It's nothing special whatsoever, pretty much normal. But the skip bombers are insanely fast like torpedo bombers, and what you can really do is you just basically maybe just pre-drop one attack, and you will have a ton of speed boost back, because if you use last gasp, which is highly recommended on testers, it really helps a lot. Like, you do get extra speed again, right? You just drop the attack, and you just do again and again, and you will see I'm just dropping this Wisconsin here so that I can do some damage. You can see here, I got 3 bomb hits, I got another fire, and this is basically a playstyle of Thesis. You just go with these skip bombers, they are 234 knots of speed. You just go, you drop them, and then you just get fire. Again, you drop them, you just get on fire. And I mean, these planes are so tanky, and if you use these skip bombers correctly, outside of 3.5 kilometer aura, even tier 10 aircraft carriers cannot able to do much about these planes, because these planes are really tanky. And you can see here, I haven't lost much planes. And you do also have pretty okay preparation time. You can see here you have 76 seconds of preparation time. So I just dropped the Wisconsin again. And I got 2 bomb hits, didn't get a fire, which is unlucky. But this is the playstyle that I find on Thesis. You just go, skip bombers, drop him, get a fire, drop him again. It's a very stale playstyle. I mean, if you are a fan of Indomitable, I think Thesis is like Indomitable version 2. Like, it's like advanced Indomitable, or I would say 2024 Indomitable. They sort of created a playstyle like this. It's really not good against cruisers, I would say, who are specially maneuvering a lot. And it's really not good at all good against destroyers. It's an absolutely insane damage farmer. I mean, if you want to farm battleships, this is insane. Like, I don't know. What is this game design? I don't know. You just go and drop battleships and you just send. Look at that, like 3 bomb hits, 11,000 damage. Boom. You will just do this again and again and again till you just get fires. And with the fires and floods, you will basically kill that ship, that battleship, okay? The good thing about the Thesis is that the bomb's penetration is above 60, millimeter, which is pretty nice. I mean, Indomitable bombs have only 32 millimeter pen, which is probably not enough for Wisconsin's 38 millimeter deck armor or side armor. So this is something that I really like, and sort of an upgrade compared to Indomitable. Like, Thesis is sort of an upgrade. Thesis, sorry, I was saying Thesis, but it sounds like Thesis, right? Because I'm just having some thesis on Thesis. Anyways, but yeah, that's how it is really going to be played. You just go and drop the targets. And I mean, you can also pre-drop as well. Like, I'm just pre-dropping, and I will just get my extra speed boost because of the last gas. And well, since it's a really, it's just a stomp of the game. Like, the game is pretty much of a stomp. As you can see here, I'm just coming to the targets very, very quickly, very, very fast. You can see here, Wisconsin pop defensive fire, it kind of does not matter. And you can see here, he only managed to get 1 plane shot down, which really also does not matter. You have pretty insanely good region, relatively good region, considering that your planes are really fast and very tanky. So 76.7 preparation time as well as 81 seconds of preparation time is really not that bad, okay, for skip bombers and torpedo bombers. And you can see here, I'm dropping this Wisconsin again and again and again, annoying the target like a lot worse way possible and killing him in return. This is how Thesis really is about. It's like also a Maximilian version 2 at tier 8, or you can say it's like a Maximilian at tier 8, because it's kind of working like that. And that's what I find while playing Thesis, okay? You just pre-drop. You can also, if you don't want to pre-drop, that's also fine. If the battleship does not have really good AA, your planes are still tanky, right? You just go and drop him. Like in this case, I'm dropping him, Sovietsky Soyuz. One thing that you should also keeping in mind that these torpedo bombers have only 30 knots of speed, so they are not very fast. For some reason, the arming distance is 400 and something meters, but the torpedo speed itself is kind of low, which means that their design is kind of like to just farm only one thing, and that is battleships with skip bombers as well as torpedo bombers over and over and over again. That's what the basic playstyle is about. So if you're thinking of any game impact, unfortunately I don't see the reason why. By the way, you can see here, since the skip bombers are really fast, I'm able to bypass the fighter plane conceivable because I'm not within like 3 kilometer aura where the fighters of the Sovietsky Soyuz can tag, which is kind of a huge advantage. Like in this case, I'm just dropping Sovietsky Soyuz. It's an arms race mood. My planes are pretty tanky enough, so I'm just having 2 strikes very quickly, very fast, which is very nice. You can see here why. So I would say this is a very weird carrier. Like game impact wise, it's pretty terrible. I would say it's a funny carrier. Like you have nothing to do except to just drop battleships and you just farm a lot of damage. Like literally a lot of damage. Once I post a review, we will find out what I'm talking about. You can see here these torpedo bombers. You just go and drop these torpedo bombers. Hopefully, I will get 4 torpedoes. You can see that the speed of these torpedoes is not good. And the damage is only 8,400 with these 4 torpedoes on Savitskitsa use torpedo belt. That is really not good, isn't it? They are almost killing me there. So I'm just gonna come up with these HE skip bombers. And funny enough, I also got a torpedo flood, which helps me a bit in doing some damage. So you can see here, I already did 105k damage. Is it a useful damage? Probably not. If I would have done some damage to destroyer, that would be a lot much more useful, really. It would be a lot much more useful. In the case of farming only battleship, it's not good. And if you're talking about destroyers, or basically farming destroyers with the help of these skip bombers, it's not gonna be easy, guys. I have, whatever I've played and tried using Thesis skip bombers on destroyers, I find it really hard. It's not easy. But you can certainly use them under situation where the destroyer does not really able to understand that he's in a massive crossfire. That is definitely possible. I mean, you can see here, I did like 125k damage. That might look like a tier 10 damage numbers, maybe. But honestly, you can do the same thing in other carriers, but in a more effective way. Like really, in an effective way. So, I don't know. My first impressions is not that really interesting. I will post a review. It's just a game that I want to showcase you. And the game is going to be about to end because we don't have any points left. So, yeah. So, Thesis is pretty weird. I'm not a fan of Thesis, really, to be honest. My first impressions are, it's just a battleship damage farmer. It's nothing too special. It's nothing too really powerful, except the fact that it can just farm battleships with ease, with so much potential to do damage on battleships. It's not even funny. You will be absolutely annoying every single time if you are taking on one target. It does not matter if it does have a good A, it does not really matter. You will just do damage over time. You will just set fires and floods. That's something that you will do in Thesis. Nothing too special, but these planes are ridiculously fast. So yeah, that's how Thesis is. Some torpedo hits, some fires. I mean, I could have gotten a bit more fires, I would say. But you can see here, a lot much more penetration hits. Non-pens are maybe because I didn't aim onto the upper bell. So yeah, this is something on me. Otherwise, the damage output would be easily 150 to 200k damage even. Okay? So, team score-wise, it's not really... I haven't done much damage to destroyers or cruisers in this game, resulting in not having much 821 base XP. So, yeah, that shows that farming damage to battleships is not going to help a lot. But you can also see that planes shot down that Wisconsin, Mecklenburg, and other ships have done is also pretty much non-existent because these planes just don't die. They are super tanky, especially when you're dropping them outside 3.5 kilometer aura. I will post more videos on Thesis, so yeah, keep watching those videos or keep waiting for that. I will make a full review on this, so definitely watch out for that. And thank you guys for watching. I will explain what Thesis is about, like in general, more. So till then, please subscribe and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.